The story of Arjun and the weaver. In a small village called Vishnupur, nestled beside a flowing river, lived a young man named Arjun. Arjun was an ordinary weaver who made a humble living by weaving beautiful garments from the cotton grown in the fields nearby. His weaving was known for its intricate patterns, and many people from surrounding villages came to buy his cloth. Yet, despite his talent and hard work, Arjun felt that his life was often filled with both misfortune and fleeting moments of happiness. One day, while working by the river, he overheard an old sage talking to a group of villagers. The sage spoke about the cycles of life, karma, and the eternal soul. Arjun, curious and seeking answers to his own confusion, approached the sage after the gathering. "Great sage, I have heard your words, but I do not understand. Why is it that some people seem to suffer constantly, no matter how hard they work, while others are blessed with good fortune? What is the reason for this imbalance? And how can I escape this cycle of ups and downs?" Arjun asked. The sage looked kindly at Arjun and replied, "My dear boy, the answer lies in the law of karma, and the nature of the spirit soul. It is not always clear to us, but each soul is born with its own set of circumstances, shaped by the actions it has taken in past lives. Each action, whether good or bad, binds the soul to the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, known as samsara. The results of your actions, both good and bad, will come to fruition in time. However, you must understand that you are the one who weaves your own fate, just as you weave your cloth." Arjun was puzzled by the sage's words, so the sage decided to tell him a story to make his point clearer. The tale of the weaver and the threads of fate. Long ago, in a distant kingdom, there lived a skilled weaver named Arjun. Arjun was known for his beautiful cloths, which were sought after by royalty and commoners alike. He was a kind-hearted man who worked tirelessly, creating masterpieces that brightened the lives of those who wore them. But despite his success, Arjun felt troubled. He often wondered why some of his life experiences were full of joy, while others were full of sorrow and hardship. One day, an old woman came to Arjun's workshop and asked him to weave a special garment for her. She handed him a bundle of silk threads, each one gleaming and shining in the sunlight. "I would like you to weave a garment from these threads," she said. "But be warned, these threads are not ordinary. They are from a mystical loom, and the cloth you create will reflect your own life's journey, both the good and the bad that you have experienced. The garment will reveal all your actions, your karma." Intrigued and slightly puzzled, Arjun agreed and began to weave the cloth, weaving each thread with great care and attention. As he worked, he noticed something strange. Certain sections of the cloth became darker and more tangled, while others shimmered with bright, vibrant colors. Some areas were perfectly smooth, while others seemed knotted and difficult to untangle. The old woman watched him carefully as he worked. "You see, Arjun," she said, "the threads represent your actions and the karma you have accumulated in your past lives. The dark threads represent bad actions, selfishness, greed, dishonesty, and anger. These actions bring suffering and entangle the soul in samsara. The bright, vibrant threads represent good actions, kindness, generosity, compassion, and love. These actions bring peace, happiness, and liberation." Arjun worked for days, and finally, the garment was complete. When he looked at it, he was astonished. The cloth was a beautiful mixture of dark and light threads, a perfect reflection of his own life, full of moments of goodness, but also moments of selfishness and mistakes. The old woman smiled. "This garment is a reflection of your karma, Arjun. The actions you take, whether good or bad, are the threads that weave the fabric of your life. You, and only you, have the power to change how your life unfolds. It is by your own actions that you entangle yourself in the cycle of samsara, and it is by your own efforts that you can extricate yourself." The sage paused, letting the words sink in for a moment. Then he turned to Arjun and said, "Just like Arjun wove the garment with his own hands, you weave your own fate with your actions. The results of your past actions, your karma, will come to fruition, but it is not fixed. You have the power to shape your future through your present actions. By living with wisdom, compassion, and righteousness, you can untangle the knots of your past mistakes and move towards liberation. It is by your own efforts that you can extricate yourself from samsara." Arjun felt a weight lift from his heart. For the first time, he understood that his circumstances were not the result of random chance, but the result of his own actions, both in this life and in past ones. He also realized that while he could not change the past, he had the power to shape his future through conscious, righteous actions. "Thank you, wise sage," Arjun said, bowing deeply. "I now understand that I must take responsibility for my actions, both good and bad. Only by living with integrity and kindness can I hope to free myself from the cycle of suffering and rebirth." The sage smiled gently. "Indeed, Arjun, remember, it is your own efforts that will lead you to freedom. The threads of your fate are in your hands. Moral of the story, the spirit soul goes through its own course of karma, and it is through its own actions that it entangles itself in samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Every action, whether good or bad, has consequences, and it is by our own efforts, through conscious, righteous living, that we can extricate ourselves from the cycle of suffering. Weave your life with wisdom, kindness, and compassion, and you will create a future free from the entanglements of past mistakes. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.